Yakai versus Napper. And the case involved trademark infringement. And you would ordinarily think that trademark infringement charges are dry and technical. And what I learned from this case is that even areas of the law that you might think apply only to businesses impact real people at times. So this case involved a small community, a cultural community of people who believe in vegan lifestyles. They call themselves the African Hebrew Israelites, but it's not a religious community. It's a cultural community around healthy living. And they have created a restaurant and a series of restaurants here in the Washington, D.C. area with menus involving really, I'm told, terrific vegan foods. And in this community, there was a member who was the one who created the recipes and who was responsible for the restaurant. The whole community had other aspects to it. He ended up falling out with the community, and the dispute involved his actions essentially taking over the restaurant and reopening it by himself using the same name. The restaurant was called Everlasting Life, which was a important phrase for this community. And he essentially ejected the other members because he was the leaseholder, or he had signed the lease on behalf of the community. And he kicked them out for a day, and then he reopened the restaurant using the same name. And so the question was, under the Lanham Act, which is the statute for trademark violations, the question is whether there is a potential for confusion in that sort of circumstance. But ordinarily, I see Senator Coons nodding, ordinarily, when you have a trademark infringement, you're talking about two different businesses who have very similar products. And the question is, are they similar enough to cause confusion? Because the idea of the law is that people should be able to have products that are identified with them, and you shouldn't be confused. And in this case, we had a bench trial about it, but it was pretty clear. I was the fact finder as the judge. It was pretty clear that when you open the same business with the same name, using the same recipes and food, that you have created this kind of problem that is a trademark violation. But what was so interesting to me about the case, in addition to the fact that I got to be the fact finder, it was a bench trial, was that we had witnesses come in who testified about the circumstances. This was a very small community, and they all knew each other, and the testimony about what it meant to them to have one of their members ejected in this way and then have him turn on them was very, very moving in the courtroom. So even though we were talking about this kind of arcane area of the law, it was real circumstances that were happening.
Well, stop for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.